We're back.
We're back.
Hello.
We'll insert like a perfect cat noise.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep. All right. So, welcome back to the Martyr podcast. Where we talk about
Books, bruh.
the ones that leave a mark
Start a conversation.
and stay with you long after the last page.
We are your hosts.
You're illustrious.
Ooh,
Look at us.
that.
We are the greatest. We're the put an adjective there. We are covering
Martyr.
by Kave Akbar.
Akbar.
This book, honestly, I'll just say it straight out, Stratton highly recommended it. He
Yes,
said
I did.
it had 4 thumbs up. How many thumbs up did you guys have in
There's
the
4.
book club?
Well, I mean, in total, I'm not a mathematician, but there's 8 thumbs.
Fuck you guys.
You know what I mean?
Usually you go like this.
Like this.
Because everyone's doing
Hey.
1 thumb.
Who liked this book and has 2 thumbs? This guy.
But yeah, so comes highly recommended.
Yeah, it does.
So, yeah, we covered it. It was great. The end. See you guys next week.
See you next week.
So before we get started,
Yeah.
let's just go into our check-in real quick.
Okay, let's do it.
How's it going?
It's been kind of a week, dude. It's been kind of a week.
Just one of those weeks.
It's been one of those weeks.
So it's just one of those.
If you know, you know.
Mm.
You know?
I know.
Some of you know. Some of you know.
Yeah.
And so we're dealing with that.
Seen better days.
Seen better days.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's why there's the beauty of having a community around you.
Mm-hmm.
Choosing your circle wisely.
Gotta have a community.
Yeah. Overall, can't complain myself.
Yeah.
Happy. The boys happy. Growing. We're good. We're going to Arizona this weekend. Got a baby shower.
Okay.
So
Those are always something.
yeah, it's always rolling the dice.
Mm-hmm.
I think last episode I literally said that we went and that we were happy because he didn't get sick. So let's keep that streak alive.
Keep it rolling.
Yeah. How about you? How you doing?
We're rolling. We're chilling.
Yeah.
Grinding, to be honest. This is the phase of life called grinding.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what he said in Benjamin Button, but
Yeah.
we're paraphrasing.
Baby, when we're grinding.
Lots of reading.
Yeah.
So obviously this book, we're also reading When the Moon Hatched by Sarah Parker. This is a new fantasy that
Is that Sarah B. Parker? Oh, Sarah A.
I had to make sure, huh? Sarah A. Parker. I'm actually really enjoying the read. Like, obviously it's a fantasy, but it's darker than I thought it was gonna be, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, it's been, so reading wise, great week because I got to read Martyr, and then I've been reading this. I was kind of going back and forth, and yeah, life wise,
Just roses.
we're just roses.
Yeah.
Daisies.
Daisies.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's the host chucking, guys. Let's start and get into the hook.
Oh, let's do a little bit of a hook.
Tell them about the book.
All right. So if Dead Poet Society was about how, let's say, poetry makes life bigger, carpe diem, live.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, captain, my captain, let's get up on the desk.
Yes.
Martyr is about the poetry that keeps you alive and gives life, meaning.
The poetry of life.
The poetry of life. In this, you will find how even your vision of what life is dictates your day-to-day life. So, a lot of times you could hyper-focus on making your life so big that your day-to-day becomes just something that passes by.
Right. We talked about that last week, not
Yeah.
being present enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Being lost with the tunnel vision,
Mm-hmm.
with your eye on one thing, you
Yeah.
know. So, guys, this is definitely a thinker.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, kind of ode to this book. It's okay if you're going through tragedy. Don't become the tragedy. Right.
He said it better.
Right.
He said it better. That is beautiful. That is exactly what it is. What if I was like, or maybe it's let me just one up you really quick.
Just really quick. To be fair,
Or could it be? It feels like a Key and Peele.
took it from the book. Took it from the book.
Well, that's fair.
Him and Z's conversation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Sure.
Blow up.
Yeah.
And that, honestly, Z voiced exactly what I was trying to voice to you yesterday, day before yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I was saying. Like,
Yeah.
I'm halfway through.
We're saying before the call dropped, and then neither of us called each other back.
Yes.
Yeah. We said everything that needed to be said.
Yeah.
And then we moved on.
We had telepathy.
I said he'll call back if he needs to. I don't have anything right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very
Worked out.
Worked out.
Since the premiere,
Mm-hmm.
any movies or anything that you...
I have not been in a theater in so long.
Oh, you haven't been to see scary movies.
No, you have. You have. You found the path of, with the children, being able to still go see a movie.
To be fair, I was kind of forced out because Bryant and Elaine bought tickets for us like way ahead of time. And so they're like, yeah, we got a babysitter. We're going out.
Nice.
And then Naya reminded me the day before, day of, I don't know, maybe the day before. She's like, oh, you're going to stay at the office because we're going to the movies. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. I'll just stay working. And then I work a couple minutes from theater. So it worked out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know movies right now. I mean, I watch the ones that I watch.
Honestly, it's easier to take them now than later.
Oh.
Because from 2.5, 3-ish to 4, 5, 6, rough. You don't know what you're gonna get. Box of chocolates there. Box of chocolates. Same thing with like restaurants and stuff. Smaller, great to go out with them. A lot of times they sleep through it. They're chilling. Once they get into that 2.5, 3-ish, they're gonna spend their time running to the restaurant. So
this kid is already like in the run game.
Yep.
Has a strong run game. How are we feeling about the new format? What feedback have you gotten with that?
Minimal. Yeah, but I mean,
that's because you don't go out much.
what I have heard, one or two things I have heard, that they like it. They think that we upgraded, and I like that.
Yeah.
They feel like we upgraded.
They feel
see the struggle.
Yeah.
Right. That's fine.
They think that there's like some sort of infusion of funds or something.
Right.
They don't know that we just started.
We finally hired that intern.
Yeah,
and they've been like greasing the wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job, intern.
Yeah. We love our intern.
Casper.
Friendly ghost.
But yeah, so far, honestly, my favorite thing about the new format is the bulletin.
Yeah.
I think that was a great addition because it's just, why not talk about current events?
Yeah.
Right?
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
And even better segue.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and get to the margins bulletin.
Awesome.
Let's see what's on the board today.
What's on the board?
It looks like we're starting off strong. Now, I want to preface this with, 1, you don't know about this.
No.
2,
Let me see.
we are only adding to the conversation. That is important, I think, with all things, especially here on Book Talk or Bookstagram or wherever you're watching this clip. I think if we're just going to regurgitate what is being said over and over and over, why make the clip?
You don't want to make a reaction clip?
A reaction clip?
A remix clip?
Why don't we just keep watching them over and over? Because obviously I care about your opinion. I care about your opinion, to be clear. Mm-hmm. But currently, Ali, you pronounced it earlier.
Mitrovich.
She trademarked Hot Girls Read, which is an ongoing thing in Book Talk on Etsy, on Bookstagram, as in it's a phrase that's being used.
Right.
Meg Thee Stallion, Hot Girl Summer.
Right.
She's been saying that. Now, the issue being, Allie, going for that I want to say capitalist, but get money where you can make money. Decided to trademark it, which then infringed on a lot of these smaller shops, smaller creators that have made merch.
Well, they started infringing on her.
Products. But she also wasn't the one who created it.
Yeah.
She was just the first in line to get.
She has the team behind her.
True.
Yeah.
True. So that's what I wanted to talk about. So since Allie has now gone back and forfeited, she's in the process of forfeiting the trademark.
Okay.
So again, all this you can find on TikTok. What I want to know, the reason I brought it to the table today is this is a kind of a prime example of not cancel culture ish.
Yes.
It touches on it.
It's in that room.
But now I feel like she's not completely canceled. It's just called out.
Yeah, there's like I guess if you're on that side that's calling people out, it's accountability.
Accountability.
It's like an accountability culture.
Yes.
Right.
So my question for this whole situation is that at what point do we allow someone to genuinely correct a mistake they made online? Or I'll even say not only online, but just to the general public or to one another.
I'll be honest in saying that I think that most people don't really care. Like there's like a small group of people who do care, and they have some reason to care, and everyone else jumps onto it because they know that it can be loud and they can be a part of that loud wave. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to mean something to someone.
Yeah.
Even if they don't know who that someone is. And that's social media in a nutshell.
Absolutely.
Right. So I do think like even with Allie, I think a lot of this wave was a lot of the pressure she felt was probably from trolls. And then the reason why she ended up forfeiting the trademark, I'm sure, is because of the small amount of people that actually the message did get through, right? So like the small shops, the Etsy shops and stuff, etc. And she already has this huge platform, and this is how they themselves were, making money. And so she doesn't really need, it's not going to make her break her kind of thing. So that's probably why she's doing it. But to answer your question, there should always be the grace to allow space to change, because people learn new things every single day, or sometimes people already know and they didn't realize that it was going to be that big of a deal.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. I think that I believe in accountability. I believe in forgiveness. And I know that obviously there's always a caveat. There's always what was the crime? What was the issue? What was the mistake?
Right.
So keeping that in mind, and obviously it's not a blanketed statement that we can just say that, oh yeah, everyone's forgiven. But I think especially now, like for this as an example,
why not though?
Why not what? It's okay for anything?
I'm not gonna say it. Well, for us, yes, for intensive purpose of this conversation, why not? And at what point are we drawing the line? Is it obviously like the extremes?
That's what I'm saying. That was my safeguard for the extremes.
Okay.
Because then you get the people. Exactly. So this is the example that I'm saying, and that you had already just made. Yeah. About those that will now go in the comments and say, well, what about the children?
Right.
What about, this? What about that? What about obviously those are very high stake. It's clear to me that we're not talking about that, but some of you, I need to take you by the hand. And that is what happens a lot. Yeah. I ran into something yesterday. I saw a post that was super sweet. And y'all can comment on this. But a creator on TikTok posted a video. She said, "I'm so happy in my marriage. I just got off the phone with my husband, and I'm love that we have, in her eyes, a green flag marriage. I actually also support," or in my mind was like, oh, this was a good conversation. But she said, oh yeah, I was down by the beach walking the dog, saw like these surfers were walking by. I chatted up with them. It was a group like 3 guys, or like guys and everything. Sunny day, no dark alley or anything like that. And then as she was walking away, one of them, she said she could tell was looking over, like not longingly, but it's just like trying to work something up. And then finally he's like, hey, one second, can I get your number? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm actually married. And ended right there. No, like, oh, nothing salacious, nothing more. And she recounted that story to her husband. Her husband's like, you still got it. Like, no, like, well, why were you even talking to them?
Why'd you turn around?
But sure enough, in the comments, there was someone said, you said, I'm sorry I'm married. Why are you next time do it without the apology. So many of like, just be direct next time. And I'm like, and that's the shit that I'm like,
but it's
why comment?
To be fair, I don't think, once again, they actually don't give a fuck.
No.
They don't care.
No, not at all.
No.
They're probably wanting this.
It's just a position that they can take, right? And they're in the room, they're in a box with no one else to talk to about it, but they don't care. Not that deeply.
Yeah.
No.
I agree. So that was my hot girl take.
Gotcha.
What's yours?
Good one.
What's yours? Shall we check out the next one? I think we have a couple movies to talk about and shows.
Do we?
I think shows first.
Is it a book?
Yeah.
Oh,
book to show, yeah.
Every Summer After.
Every Summer After.
All right. And that is going on Prime. Prime Video. They have just about everything.
Yeah, just about.
Just about. And if you don't have it, you can just add to your subscription. You can get a subscription.
Subscription. We got plenty of those. Who needs cable when you have 100 streaming services?
Exactly.
But yeah, this is the book that was written by Carly Fortune. And the show is actually, they've taken the name Every Summer After to Every Year After.
Gotcha.
So it's on Prime. Now, question for you. Yeah, question for you. Yeah. When a book becomes a show or movie, do you want loyalty to the book, or do you want the adaptation to become its own thing?
I almost always wanted to stay true to the book.
Yeah.
Almost always. Yeah. I can go in on this.
I know.
Forever.
Yep.
Mainly because I'm not saying that all adaptations suck, but there's a reason why there's enough fanfare for it to become cinematic.
So you almost owe it to, not almost, you owe it to those that made it big enough.
Yes.
Now, if you were to pull a book or a story out of the ether, no crowdfunding, no one made this, then absolutely take it, run with it.
Do what you got to do.
But if we're talking Fourth Wing, Michael B. Jordan, you better do it right, bro. Well, we're taking you down. We'll put you back up, though. Here we go. We'll go right back up. Dante, #1 fan.
But yeah. What about you?
I'm trying, as I was asking that, and you were talking, I was just imagining my answer, No. I was trying to, I do wonder if there's been a specific one where it's been so far from what the book is. Oh, you know which one? I still have to read it, so I don't know. But I know that y'all have said it's a great book. And the movie has been fantastic, so much so that there's a million iterations out, not iterations, but sequels and blah, blah, blah. Jurassic Park. Everyone says the book is fantastic, but is nothing like the movies.
I ironically have not read for Jurassic Park.
Nor have I.
Yeah.
Nor have I.
We'll have to put it on the list, but yeah, we'll have to check it out. Is it? I mean, the movies are great. I love the movies.
Yeah.
But maybe I love the movies because I have not read the book.
Absolutely. That's the question. That is the question.
Harry Potter is one that comes to mind in its conversation where I think that they kept it close up to the source to where there wasn't too many. There's always complainers, but like the complaints were understandable, but then at the same time, it was also understandable why they cut it out, right? Like Hermione and the whole thing with the elves, right?
Yeah.
Like it's understandable why that was cut out. Mm-hmm. Although yes, it would have made it made it more impactful. Mm-hmm. But whatever. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel on that.
I agree. Yeah. For any other further Harry Potter references and what was left out of the movie, check out our previous episodes because we go in depth on that.
We definitely.
Another adaptation that is currently filming just started.
Okay.
Emily Henry's Beach Read. I know this is a highly anticipated one.
Yep.
We have Phoebe Denver, and pretty good. I tried. And I'm sure I said it wrong. And then Patrick I'm just kidding. Schwarzenegger. Yeah, they are the stars. Now, once actors get attached to a book adaptation, does your mental image of the characters change too?
Yes, in the good in a good sense, yes. In the bad sense, yes, but I hate it. So like there's times where they do it great and I'm like, this is awesome. There's times where it sucks, I'm like, the one in my head is better.
Mm-hmm.
That one is a lot less. And I won't fight it forever. If I love the material, if I love watching it, I'll be like, okay. But a lot of times, yeah.
You know what hurts is like when it's like the author's like, oh, I agree with who they chose, and you're like,
Yeah, I was about to go in on something, but I won't go there.
I think we're about to go on the same, but mine was a different point.
Okay.
Does it have to do with someone who wears black?
Yeah.
Okay, so my take, I know where you're going with it. My take is that Alan Rickman doesn't really look like who the book says.
No, but he became him.
Absolutely.
He became him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agreed. He didn't look like a greasy, like sniveling.
He was close enough.
He was more ominous and dark.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know?
For sure. But he embodied what each Snape character needed in each book, each movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he embodied that. And I think that goes a long way. I'm not saying that the new guy can't, but sometimes people are so good in a role that you can't see anyone else take that on, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dumbledore, they switched Dumbledore, and I didn't fucking notice. Obviously, I was a kid at the time, but I did not notice until years later. Now,
Mm-hmm. There you go. He went through puberty.
It's a new
That's
guy. but I'm like, whatever. But he's, obviously a key figure. But Snape was so great. Had they switched him, it would have ruined the movie.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Ron. I think honestly, for me, like the Ron, Snape, Professor McGonagall, Hagrid, irreplaceable.
Mama Weasley.
Molly Weasley.
Mm-hmm. I said mommy.
Yeah, well, I just said her real name.
I actually said mama, just to be clear. You're a mommy? Mamacita. No.
But yeah, going back to the original prompt, yeah, I think that it does matter, and it can change your point of view
For better, for worse.
for better, for worse.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Oh, it's a big one.
Hunger Games is having another moment. And why is that?
New shit.
New shit. We got another movie coming out, Sunrise on the Reaping.
All right.
Author Suzanne Collins, but we know the screenwriter is Billy Ray.
Billy Ray.
Not to be confused with Billy Ray Cyrus. Billy Ray was at Los Angeles Times Festival of Books, which we were at.
Yes.
We
he had honestly probably our favorite panel.
absolutely.
Amazing.
Absolutely. He had a great panel with some great authors.
Yes.
His insight was killer. Coming from someone who is so profound, especially in the sense of film and screenwriting, it was awesome to see his pivot. Well, we'll not even say pivot. His side quest into writing a novel.
We're not really getting right all the way into it, but I'll say like my favorite part about the panel and what he had to say in every time he spoke was like he always came from a point of like, I don't know shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like I am a screenwriter by trade, and I'm in film by trade, and getting into like writing books and doing all these other things like the side quests basically.
Yeah.
I start in the same place you guys start. I have the same roadblocks you guys have. I have all the same hangups. Here's how I
Get through that.
And his insight was amazing. Even not just for us, but like even the people that were on the panel was something like, man, you have great insight, right? So still today I think about like the stuff that he had to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think Hunger Games has been such like a powerhouse that's like stuck around? Specifically through, I mean, we're now going on
Forever.
Yeah.
It was I don't know if I can call it the first, but usually it was the big breakout of its kind of film,
Mm-hmm.
where you have the group of young people who are fighting for whatever their lives, some kind of cultural reason, whatever the case may be. Think, so you had, sorry, I'm gonna blank on it, but you had Hunger Games, you had
Divergent.
Divergent,
You had Maze Runner.
Maze Runner. Like, so
Yeah.
you get what I'm
They
saying?
all ran into
It
each other.
it broke that genre out.
Mm-hmm.
And then like there's people who are already familiar with it from like anime and comics and stuff like that. So it was very cool to see like, and obviously the books, right? It was very cool to see that be put off the screen, and they did a great job. Like, did a great job. So I remember like when it first came out, like honestly, it was like the movies had similar fanfare to the books, and honestly, the books did a great job at driving that fanfare, right? So people wanted to see Jennifer Lawrence and I'm blank on his name get together, Josh Hutcherson, become a couple because they're characters, right? And there was just so much. It honestly reminded me of Twilight.
Oh, yeah.
Those two,
Both those also came out around the same time.
yeah, like those two had like really similar fanfare, where
Mhm.
like it got into their personal lives.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the power of it, is that it was done so well that those two became household names.
Absolutely. Suzanne Collins as well. I was like, I know she wrote something else. She wrote something else. She did children's writing before.
Yeah.
Tell me why. I found out. She was one of the key writers in Little Bear.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Little Bear. She went from Little Bear, to Hunger Games.
You know how we could turn this around? Let's make them fight for their lives.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's cool though. That's amazing.
Super cool. Love that range.
Little Bear.
Oh, absolutely. I just got Max into it. We've been watching it. It's the one of the most peaceful shows to just have on.
Yeah, just even like the intro, like everything is very
Little Bear, Rupert. That was another one that I always mess with. Franklin.
Yeah.
Not too high up there with
What's it called? The Roly Poly Oly.
Roly Poly Oly. He's smarter than around, and in the house, girls and boys, he's a half going to go around.
Something like that.
Hooray! Yeah.
But yeah. All right. That's Sad Girl literary fiction. It's getting pushed back. Is that true?
It is.
Is it getting pushed back?
The books that they were referencing, I have not read yet.
So we can't really.
I can't really speak on it. The prompt says, do trends help readers discover books faster, or do labels eventually flatten books into aesthetics instead of stories? And that is why I wanted to still do this. Now, we take Dungeon Crawler Carl.
Mm-hmm.
Lit RPG, never read one before that.
Yes, same.
And now since, you have read
a shitload.
And I feel like that's been the case for a lot of genres.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the good side of the internet. That's a green flag for the internet.
There's a double-sided sword to that though, because there's people that I talked to on Reddit. Actually, there was a conversation I had like last month, and there's a lady who basically DNF'd Red Rising, but she didn't even get far. Like she got like a couple pages in, and she had already like was not really high on it because all the noise surrounding it in the first place.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes the double-edged sword is that sometimes it doesn't enhance the read. It destroys the read because you have all these preconceptions.
Yeah, the bar's so high.
Yeah. Or it's just like you're expecting things that you already don't like, because someone might say, oh, well, this is, if you're into Red Rising and Dungeon Crawler Carl, it's shallow reading and the characters are whatever. And for people who like really dynamic, emotional, thoughtful characters, maybe these characters are not being described that way.
Yeah.
And so in my very specific conversation, I told her like, what you're talking about is true in a certain way, but I understand that it's on purpose. Like Daryl had to be written like that, and you wouldn't know why until you read further. and you read the development of like the characters around them and the importance that they had. It's like, so sometimes it's honestly a literary what sort I'm looking
Tool
for?
or device. Yeah.
Or device. Yes, it's not all, it's not always written to fit.
No, it's not always immediately black and white.
Yeah.
You got to give the characters time to have an arc.
Yeah.
If they come out flat, then call it. Call it. So yeah, that is the bulletin.
It's good.
Yeah. We obviously love trying to find these stories throughout the week. Feel free to reach out to us, comment which stories. Well, one, your opinion on these stories and our takes, mostly his, not mine. And then ones that you think we missed or we need to hit next time.
Yep.
Cool.
We didn't have any new books coming out, did we, this week? Yeah.
Not that
Next week we'll drop a couple books that are.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point. That's a very good point.
All right. Well, back to the Martyr.
Yes. Let's go ahead and get into the author, Mr. Akbar. He is an Iranian American poet, novelist, and professor. Now, when I say he's a poet, he's a like renowned poet. It's really shown in this work as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It's beautifully written.
Yeah.
But when I say renowned, I mean renowned. He wrote previously best known for his collections like Calling a Wolf a Wolf and Pilgrim Bell. Martyr was his debut novel. I almost said album. Debut novel. And he openly discusses sobriety, addiction, spirituality, grief, and identity.
Yes. Very much all of those.
Yeah, he's currently a professor. Was it at Ohio University?
Is it?
I think it might have been Ohio or Iowa. This is why you do your research before. Dyslexia.
He's a professor.
Dyslexia, guys. That's why I blame it on. Not ill prepared. And then he was named a Time 100 Next Honoree and National Book Award finalist.
Awesome. So he's a great writer.
An amazing writer. I think it shows.
Before we jump into the market synopsis, I just want to give my little piece here. I had an Iranian, I guess you call it Iranian American at this point. She had been here a long time. Professor in college. This is in my undergrad for communications. This is when it was a long time ago. I was still doing communications courses. And I think it was...
This is Oxford or?
Oh, yes, it was at Oxford. Before I transferred, after I transferred from Stanford.
Yeah, TT Tech.
Yeah. But she was awesome. And I was in community college. This is before undergrad shit. This before I went to university. I was at El Camino in Torrance. And I was doing like my prerequisite courses and for communications and stuff. And I can't remember. It had to be like interpersonal communications, I think it was. And I loved that fucking class, mainly because the way she taught was amazing, super soft spoken, but so thoughtful with everything. Like everything she said, very, very thoughtful. And I'll never forget that she made me such a better communicator. And we had a discussion about wins and losses, because I was also taking debate at that time. And I was on the debate team. And so winning in a conversation was extremely important, obviously, to debate.
Yeah.
And so it was really interesting to have that dynamic of taking that class where she was really breaking down the nuance of communication and the importance of understanding, like, what's really a win-win in a conversation? Like, how do you get to that win-win? If you have to compromise, at some point in time, someone took a left turn or a right turn, and you're no longer on that path to win-win. Someone always loses when you compromise. And that's not to say that a compromise isn't the best deal out of any kind of argument or, conversation, but that's not necessarily the win-win that either of you were looking for or the group of you were looking for. There's a lot more nuance to that, but I wanted to put that in there because amazing speaker, amazing thinker, also Iranian American. Shout out to her.
With that, Chris Voss, who's worked with, he's a specialist in what's it called when you have a hostage
A hostage negotiator.
Negotiator. So he worked with the FBI, CIA, all these.
It's a fucking stressful job.
And he also said, never use it. Never say like, oh, it's a win-win, because there's no such thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely backed on that, on all the psychology behind it. But yeah, his book is amazing too. I believe it's called Split the Difference. I read it a couple of years ago, but it's another one that's great for it. Become a great debater. Let's go.
I was gonna go there.
Go for the mic, bro. It's all you.
All right, guys. So Cyrus Shams is a newly sober Iranian-American poet who has spent most of his life haunted by death. His mother was killed aboard Iran Flight 655. This is when he was an infant, so he doesn't remember this, guys. This is obviously something he got, information he got from his father. His father also passes away when he's, I want to say, freshly in college. Cyrus himself has become obsessed with martyrdom. If you guys didn't hear that. He's convinced that a meaningful death might somehow answer questions a meaningful life never could. When he learns about Orchida,
yeah,
which
means orchid,
which
in Farsi.
Who is a terminally ill artist living inside of museum installation. She's doing her final installation called Death Speak.
Mm-hmm.
He travels to New York hoping to understand what makes life matter. Instead, he finds something far more complicated.
Mm-hmm. Before we break into our 5 hard questions,
Yeah.
This is not a. You're at the bottom of yours already. Yeah. Okay. This is not historical fiction. It is historical-ish.
You could put it in that
fiction.
realm.
But this flight was real.
Yeah.
In 1988, I believe it was July 3rd, 1988, U.S. Shot down an Iranian Airbus, a plane, killing 290 passengers.
200 plus people.
Yeah, I believe it was 290. It was men, women, and children. U.S. came out and said, "Our bad.
Yep.
We thought it was a jet. Was not a great interaction."
Yep.
Iran immediately said, "That's bullshit.
Yep.
You definitely knew what it was."
And then used it in their own way.
Absolutely. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
I bring it up because I didn't, when I originally read this book, I was like, oh, I knew this was an autobiography, but Mr. Akbar did pull from, history and create and wove this story. So it's just something that I wanted to point out before we went too far. Did you want to go right into the 5 hard questions, or do you have anything?
No, let's jump in.
5 hard questions. All right. Why do humans seem so uncomfortable with meaningless suffering?
Because sometimes suffering can feel infinite.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for those suffering, right? Actually going through it. It changes everything to know that there is an end in some way, shape, and form, whether that's death, rebirth, becoming stronger because you lived through it. But yeah, that's the short of it. Like with suffering without meaning is hell.
Yeah. Absolutely. Try to think if there was an example that I was thinking of specifically. For me, it's not. I'm uncomfortable with. Realistically, I'm just uncomfortable with the idea of death. I know it's coming. I know it's a thing, but it is definitely the thing that if I think too long on, I go to a dark place, or not so much a dark place, but the world feels a lot bigger. Universe, that's space and death are the two things that, like, if I sit and think about too long, I get a little out of body.
That's fair. And I think, like, especially for people in our age range, you tend to have like these little existential crises at random moments because like your mortality really becomes apparent, or like friends. I had a friend, a childhood friend, pass away in his sleep. I'm like, man, where's that? Like, that's crazy. I thought that was reserved for people
Older, much older.
90,
Yeah,
right? You know what I
absolutely.
mean? So, yes, absolutely. But I also think like your relation to it is based on kind of previous experience. That's not always true. Some people kind of just tend to live life a little bit more poetically than others, or whatever, stoically, however you want to put that. But I definitely think like some people are just a little bit more well versed in dealing with things that they have no ability or control over, and it gives them less of the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
So you're not alone.
Yeah, I'm still gonna freak out, but it is what it is, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's a whole episode in its own.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Want me to number 2, or you want to add to that?
No, I think we're good there.
Do you think people become more honest as they get older, or simply better at performing versions of themselves they're comfortable living with?
I feel like it's both. A mixture of both.
It's like they become,
What they think they were.
yeah, like
Or
especially
how
given
they're
enough
saying.
time,
Yeah.
right? It's not even a performance anymore. They become that.
Yeah. Again, I know I said this earlier, but it really is for better or for worse. Whether it was a good opinion or a bad opinion of themselves, it's the whole, what's the line? Or what's the, think it.
I think of their I am.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, look, you pull it right out.
Yeah.
Pull it right out. Yeah, absolutely. All right, you want to go number 3?
Let's do it.
Okay, number 3. Martyr constantly questions who gets remembered and who disappears quietly. What do you think people are truly afraid of when they fear being forgotten?
I'm taking from some other stuff that I've read before, but it's like a true death.
Mm-hmm.
And
Coco?
Coco, it's like a true death, but it also, like if you want to break it down to something more edible that like our listeners can kind of tie to, is question number 1. It you feel meaningless to have lived and no one remember you,
Yeah.
right? Like, I think that a really big part of being human is wanting to feel like you have some kind of impact on the world or impression on the world in some shape and form. Some people just want to live lightly and have small footprints, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some people want to live a little bit more dramatically and want to have these larger moments in life that are defining, and they want to be legendary. They want to go down in history, whatever the case may be. And most people fall somewhere in between that. And I do think that they tie that to to have had a meaningful life.
Mm. Is one, I ask, but I know,
Yeah.
is one better than the other?
No,
I don't think so.
no.
Because it's exactly what you value is what you're going to see it as,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. Yeah. You ultimately get to write that check,
Mm-hmm.
whatever that is. That's um. If you led like a not so great life and you're fucking, getting over on people, you never did anything for anyone but yourself. And then as you got older, you start to realize like, man, I'm just, I'm selfish here, selfish there, and you did nothing to rectify this.
Yeah.
Then like you wrote that check,
Mm-hmm.
right? So yeah.
I think for me, when I think of, because of what we said initially, like the whole, you want to have an impact, you don't want to be forgotten. That ego death that can happen is what a lot of people fear. And ego death is, it's a good thing for when you're trying to think of bigger picture stuff. But for me, my tether in all this, for when I have those like panic moments, like I was saying with death, honestly, and I'm not trying to be sentimental, it is just fact, has been obviously Max, my kiddo.
Yep.
and Rachel, and then anyone, my close friends and family, because realistically, it's not, for me, it's not, oh, I want to be, I want to make an impact on the world. Realistically, they are my like go-to. Like,
Yeah,
I want to make sure that is my it's not even like my legacy and like, oh, you'll be able. No, I just want to spend as much time as I can with that.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I think that people have this preconceived notion nowadays because we live in a world where you see people, I don't know, your favorite artist every single day and messages and all this, and you have access to like this 1% that makes everyone feel like they're 1% or that they have to be 1%, not realize that you technically are 1% to your own bubble.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you are what you're already looking at, just in like a microcosm. And I think that, don't let it go over your head, but you've already had your impact by creating the family and creating the circumstances that you need to have that family and raise them in a healthy way.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything else is just extra, right?
Absolutely.
Like, that's all great. It adds to the story. It adds to the legend. But ultimately, the impact is that you'll raise Max for his life, and then when he's older and you're old, tell you did a good job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think that means more than even if you ended up being the biggest actor ever. You made $1 billion more, you're in the next app. Like, I think that Max telling you were a good dad later on in life,
that all out.
I mean, you like, I actually did without it, right?
Yeah.
I said so. I must I joke about, that's not a joke. Sometimes I do I tell some friends like, oh, you don't have to rush and have kids. I equally tell people that don't have kids the importance of having them, because it's like a little cheat code to get that. It's not even a cheat code because it's not easy. It's hard work, but you get that ability that is your impact. That's your biological impact, right? And it's something that you can kind of do very naturally. Just have kids, and hopefully that you're raising them in a way that they're productive.
Yeah.
For society.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Let's do number 4. You want to read number 4 off that one?
Sure. Let's do this number 4.
Yeah. Same number 4. It's just extended.
Why? Oh, yeah. Why do you think humor so often appears beside grief, addiction, trauma, tragedy? What is it about pain that seems to naturally produce comedy?
That is my go-to for almost anything.
Yeah.
Most emotions, most events, I try to find the humor. And I'm not saying like, oh, how is this funny? But maybe as a remedy, as something to be like lifted up. I'm not saying it's always because like I'm trying to lift everyone up.
Right.
A lot of times it's probably avoidance. It's probably like, oh, miss me with that,
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like, especially in my family, the way we were raised, it's kind of like who's gonna be the first one to make a joke about this, or next time we're like, okay, we're crying today, but tomorrow we're probably gonna be like, oh, why you're still sad?
Right.
I mean, it happened yesterday, I don't know why it feels like such a good remedy, but it is, like, for me. I don't feel like it's I think it met with while being addressed, with like actually is a great help, is a great support, but obviously shouldn't be your only answer to all these things.
Yeah. It can't be funny all the time.
Yeah.
Everything can't be a joke.
Mm-mm.
I agree. I think I've thought about this a lot, ironically. And when I was younger, I'll take from my younger self, because I haven't had this thought in a long time. everyone, it seems like we're so diverse emotionally, but everyone goes off like the same. I think it's like 7 emotions,
Mm-hmm.
and there's grades in between that you'll exist in. Um, Laughter is one of the easiest to access. It's one of the first you access as well. Um, from the time that you're a kid to when you're old in age, there will always be something that you find comical most of the time for most people. It's a very easily accessible sense of joy, right? Because joy, which is a version of laughter, it's also easy, but there has to be some kind of bridge to that joy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same thing for grief. There's some kind of bridge to that grief. You can just look at something and find it funny,
Mm-hmm. True.
right? Like it's one of the most easiest things to connect with. And so when I was younger, that's full stop kind of the thought that I had of why I was like wasn't a great person, but I always had a great sense of humor, and I would
Mm-hmm.
sometimes too much, to be honest. Class clown thing went too far sometimes, right? But like
That was your coping.
that's coping,
Yeah.
and it's so much easier to cope in that way, because if you don't cope in that way, then you build a bridge to something
Yeah.
else,
Yeah.
like
Could be
anger,
darker.
right? A lot some, and so it's like a middle piece for all these
Mm-hmm.
other emotions that you could be led down, all these paths you could be led down, but it's so easy to access it, and it costs so much less than all the rest of them. Like everything else has a cost to it.
Mm-hmm.
Even joy, as much as we love it, joy even has a cost. So yeah, that's my piece on it.
We laugh to not so that we don't cry.
Yeah.
You know? All right. Number 5. Let's finish these guys off.
Finish strong.
This book repeatedly circles the idea of martyrdom, the belief that suffering becomes meaningful if it serves something larger. Do you think humans need to believe their pain means something in order to survive it?
Literally no, but ideologically yes, because without that you're less than human. You run the risk of becoming something less than human. Don't want to get too dark on you guys, but that's what generational slavery was supposed to do. They wanted to turn a group of people into something that was less than human because they couldn't imagine or live with themselves doing that to another human.
Yeah.
So you put a face on that, right? Like they're just a means of work.
Mm-hmm.
They're animals, they're savages, whatever, like whatever, all the things they
They
do,
are
right?
other.
They are other. And so, yeah, I can go way deeper, but absolutely, yeah, yeah. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer here.
No, you mean like how the book makes you feel, or
Yeah.
um, I think belief makes. I mean, you put any movie, you put any song, you put any story. If you have a cause and something's behind it, it makes it that much more tolerable, at least with that mindset. You know.
There was it's a very real, it's not funny at all, actually. There's a very real experiment you guys can look up. You can Google where they basically made mice tread water, and they tested, basically they're testing hope. They want to see how much longer you can live with
Mhm.
hope. And so they saved a mice and they put them back in, and they would run this test over and over and over. They had that control, they had this, they had the one that let die, and they found out that with hope, you're able to last
That much longer.
that much longer. And it was like a very significant time longer. And so yeah, like hope literally is like a placebo. It changes your physicality and your mentality to be able to exist so much longer through something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a scientific one. More theologically, history class, we learned about this to the T. But we learned about like all the religions, and we went back as far as you can go, so we can find like the common denominator, and also where things, the turning points were. One of my favorite things about learning about that was like when Abrahamic religions started to rise. And the reason why was everything that became Abrahamic religions, there wasn't really like a great pathway to forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
So Abrahamic religions introduced the ability to be forgiven for your sins. So before then, you could still like there were still versions of hell or being reborn into something that was basically hell or just like less than or whatever. But Abrahamic religions introduced the ability to be forgiven, and as you can imagine, they were so impactful that still today the biggest religions are all Abrahamic religions. Because like why believe in this other religion? This one is
You
it's
get
gonna let
like
me fuck up.
get out of jail free card. Yeah,
But yeah, that was super interesting. Few weeks where you went really deep in religion, and that's another way to think about that.
that's cool. That's cool. Alrighty, that was the 5 hard questions. A little bit heavier this week.
I mean,
the themes.
the themes.
The
Honestly,
themes were
I
a little
called
bit
you
heavy.
halfway through the book. I was like, bro, I thought this was like, because you said that
It was a good book.
everyone else in that book really liked it, and I took that as like, oh, this is a upbeat, great book to read.
It was not promised.
And I read it, and it was a great book to read, but it was tragic.
Yeah, tragically tragic.
Yes.
To be fair, I never said anything about happiness. I just said it was a really good book. 2024.
The way that you said it.
It was on a bunch of lists. On a bunch of lists.
But great read.
Yeah. Great read. Should we get into a little bit of a deep dive?
We have to. I'm pretty sure they're wondering, what the hell is
So what's this book about? So we follow Cyrus Shams,
Yes.
who is also an artist. He's a poet.
Yep. Ali.
And his dad, Ali. His dad, Ali, as we said in the beginning, his mom passed away or died in this flight 655 in 1988. We find him now in, I believe it was 2017. And his dad is basically an immigrant who has his son there in the U.S. and he's working on a chicken farm-ish.
It's some kind of factory.
But it's a factory that has chicken, so don't think that's like
in the Midwest.
A McDonald's. Like it's not a happy place. He's working for almost nothing.
Yep.
Basically like $1.25 an hour.
He's making $1.25 extra.
Yeah. So he is the cliche is the wrong word to use.
Yeah, he's like the quintessential.
Yes, that's a much better word.
Yeah, for sure. And he knew that though coming in because he was very much. Throughout the book they make a lot of references of like his love for American culture, music, etc. And so he was already even before like his mother passed. They spoke about that.
Yeah.
And so after that happened, he basically felt like he had to go. Like that was, his tie. He didn't really have any other family other than her brother out there.
Yeah.
So he was like, let's just go. So him and his son went to the Midwest, and he found that job first, and then they went to the Midwest.
But also found, due to his depression of everything that had happened.
Yeah.
We did not find sobriety, but
no, he started drinking.
He started drinking heavily.
But he's like, it was funny to read. Like he's like a real immigrant. Like he has all the preconceived notions of like how Americans are, and all that he's doing the same shit that Americans are doing. It's different because it's him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I guess honestly, that's not even just like an immigrant thing. I think we all have that.
Yeah,
I think we all have that. All right. So deep dive. Why Cyrus becomes obsessed with martyrdom. I get it. Like we kind of hit on it a little bit earlier. He felt like it would have gave his life meaning.
Yeah.
But therein realizing that a lot of the meaning in life has to do with like what you're building out of it. Hence him wanting to be a poet and believe that, if I'm bringing it to like the people, I think that people think really similar to him. I think most people are probably along the same lines. Not saying that they want to die to have more meaning in their life, but like they just want to be seen. They just want to be heard. They just want to mean something. They just want to have impact. That's what keeps social media going, right? So yeah. But yeah, Cyrus is obsessed with it, I guess you can say. The connection between addiction and martyrdom. It's kind of hard because I'm not really heavy on addiction. I mean, I've dealt with it. It's something I've dealt with in my life from people, I guess, from myself a little bit, and then from people around me. Um, addiction's a crutch. Addiction's a crutch. Martyrdom. I'm not gonna say it's a crutch, but it's a quite extreme way of thinking.
I wonder if it's just both. Not just. I wonder if one of the facets of it would be that they're both a chase of a specific high. So you get the high of the addiction, but then the martyrdom is just like, oh, like I'm blaze of glory, you know?
Like, yeah, I can see that.
You know?
Yeah, I didn't think about that. So that's pretty good. Cyrus and Arquita's relationship. So that was one of the saving graces for me of this book. Not saying it was a bad read. It was a great read, but for me, I'm always looking for the heart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always looking for the heart in the book, especially in like darker kind of tone books where there's just a lot of tragedy or like the main characters are dealing with XYZ. And what really helped me was their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And then how it developed, like how the story develops, without, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
How the story develops, I thought that was really great.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wrong about one of my predictions, but just slightly.
Well, you'll have to tell me that in the spoiler. But yeah, it was obviously it's a story, so it's not so kismet because it was made for the story. But yeah. I do love it's the whole law of attraction where what you're seeking you will find.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he's so obsessed with martyrdom, and then he finds death speak, find Orchida's museum and everything. The thing we I know I didn't put in here, but the money, and that's why I brought it up at the beginning. It's a real thing, but the plane was shot down in 1988.
Yep.
Families receive compensation from the U.S. in 1996, and it was something like $300,000 for working men, and then $150,000 for every woman and child, depending on like the family. So in this, Ali's dad, or not Ali, Cyrus's dad Ali received the money for Roya's death.
Yeah.
And refused to touch this money.
Yeah.
Because it was blood money.
Blood money.
It was blood money.
Yeah.
So now Cyrus does have the money, which funded this trip and his life. Yeah, his life and his ability to go see Orchida.
Yep.
Which is, like I said, law of attraction, things line up.
Mm-hmm.
The universe. Right back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Inherited grief, inherited identity. Interesting. These things are interesting around the world, but I always like to look at them from the view of America because it's so twisted here compared to other places. I think that in a lot of places it's a lot more cut and dry, like the lineage of heritage and stuff like that. Whereas here in America, there's almost like a performative one or ones you want the public to see, and there's like sometimes that aligns with like you're the ones you actually have at home.
Yeah.
Or like what I mean, like it's just so different here. Like versus like if you go live somewhere in Asia, it's definitely not as mixed up. Like, usually you're gonna deal with like a portion of culture that will not shift whether you're at home or at work or at school, right? But the inherited grief part I think is pretty universal. And this book talks a lot about it. I think that so Ali, his dad, I think that the way that he dealt with the grief was kind of pouring the last vestiges of himself into his work and his kid and trying to create a future there. But what he left out was himself.
Yeah.
Right? And he's not taking care of yourself mentally, physically, etc. And you kind of end up drawing your own short straw there. And so that's kind of what's up with him.
We have both been at our multiple times what we believed was our wit's end before they grabbed a mouse out in front of us and we had some sort of belief that we could make that hope that we could survive. I don't feel like in that moment my cup would easily receive, hey, work on you right now. Like if you work on you, don't forget about forget about X, Y, and Z that you're hyper focusing on.
Yeah.
The things that need to get on. Why don't you go do a run, go meditate for a bit. Like, oh, but that could be X amount of money that I could go earn, or I could go work on that thing.
Yeah. Some people, I could just go take a nap.
True.
Just go lay down. Like I find myself, even for like myself, I had times in my life where going to work out, good, happy, rain, sunshine, whatever. And I have times in my life where I'm like, I can go work out right now, or I can just kind of sit and think and ruminate.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Those stress naps.
Those
stress naps. Oh, they. At least while you're asleep, they are 100. They are so great.
They do their job.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Poetry and storytelling as survival. I love it. I like it's one of my reasons why I love books in general. I like any kind of written anything, any kind of prose, because it is. You ever seen that handprint, that caveman handprint? They say it's like the first piece of art that we have. And I always thought that was so, I don't know the word for it, like profound for me. Like I know it's a simple thing, like it's just a handprint, but my mind does flips thinking about like thousands and thousands of years ago, where our priorities were so different, and there was still someone who prioritized that.
Yeah,
and that's how important it is to let people know that you're here. And so it's not about who hears it or sees it or if they know it was you. Just leaving something, I think, it is definitely important.
Absolutely. This was something that crossed my mind, because there's plenty of books that I've read, that we've read, that definitely come off as, oh, you were trying to be super philosophical. You were trying to be, and it comes off pretentious.
Yeah.
I did not feel like that with this. I think this was written in a way where it's clearly tragic.
Yeah, for sure.
It's clearly a emotional roller coaster, but I didn't feel like it was a thing to be a thing, like, or was trying to be, it felt like it was pretty. How did you feel with it?
So at first I was wondering where the tragedy was going to end.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, okay, this is it's not like it got crazy, but it was like, you have this kid who's dealt with so much loss. And now he's losing himself to drugs and all those other things. Where is this going?
Yeah.
And I think that how it doesn't, one of the reasons why I don't think it feels pretentious is that they really put you in those shoes by taking you through different POVs. So you're experiencing loss, not just from like the child's point of view, but from the father's point of view, from the brother's point of view.
Ancestors.
And so
super cool there too, yeah.
So like, I think that was actually one of the more unique pieces about the book, which definitely helps bring it back home as a reader.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, emotionally exhausting in a good way. It takes you on a roller coaster ride, man. You'll it takes you on a roller coaster. One of my favorite interactions in the book is between Z, who's his best friend.
Stand-up person, yeah.
Yep. Best friend, partner.
Best friend,
want to say,
partner, lover, all the things.
Their blowout. I think that those things are so important. This is something Naya will hear and respect. So when we were very early in our relationship, there was a point in time where we're trying to figure out, this is what we about to do,
Yeah.
like, are we here? And so for both of us, trying to figure out, like, do we care? Is it enough? Because like, I'm always really chill, and like, back then I was super playful and jokey and shit. And she's also pretty aloof. So we just weren't sure if either one of us was serious.
Taking it serious.
And the only thing that made us understand that was like this blow up that we had, right? And so I remember I start laughing in the moment, like, because that's just kind of how I am. Huge argument, serious argument, but I start fucking laughing my ass off 'cause I thought it was hilarious that, like, the core of what we were looking for was not as serious as that argument. We're just trying to figure out that if we cared.
It wasn't the large, yeah, the
You know what I
large
mean?
hand,
And so
yeah.
I said it out loud, and she started like, it just really deflated everything. But that's kind of what happened with Z, right? And that, not exactly, but that's what they were looking for, right? And so Z's position of like, I understand you, like I get you, and his big thing wasn't like, why are you looking over me? His big thing is like, your life is not as tragic as you say it is currently, right? Like I've been here for all these things. You have me, you have this, you have that, you have a future. Where are you gonna like start counting the good as well as the bad? Because right now you're just counting on the bad,
Yeah.
like And I said just earlier to you, but like it was basically him saying, your past life was tragedy. You don't have to become the tragedy, right?
Yeah.
So that was extremely important. Also, my favorite piece of the book, important, So
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that it can be emotionally exhausting for sure for readers, but I think that the messages within are extremely important.
Yeah.
So,
You feel good after a run. You feel good after being exhausted.
yes.
Build that muscle. Alrighty, quick spoiler zone.
The only spoiler I would even care to talk about
Yeah.
is his mom.
Yeah. Spoiler. Last chance, homie.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
My question for you is, how do you feel about her? What's Stratton's POV here? Because I have thoughts, and it's probably not popular.
Whenever spoiler is, mom was the artist,
Yes.
and you find out that tickets were swapped.
Yep.
She went and lived the life that she wanted.
Yep.
His
wife was the one that went on the plane.
Yeah, that went on the plane. Lola.
Start with an L.
It starts with an L. But
Layla?
it might be Layla.
I think it's Layla.
I think you're right. But I'm always like, whenever I hear that, and I don't know. I know that it's I don't know if it's selfish on my part or on her. Well, it's selfish on her part in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's selfish on my part, where I'm just like, she had a life. She had a specific lifestyle that she wanted. I'm saying more so after finding out that Layla was the one on the plane, and I mean she wasn't, and that Roya was not on the plane, and Roya survived. Then at that point, why aren't you
Trying to find your family?
trying to find
Your son.
at least your son?
Yeah.
Why? So that's my.
Because she is very similar to the last book we just read, with a mom.
He's like Catherine.
She's just like Catherine. She's just like Catherine.
She's an artist.
And I'm not mad at it. Because it's just an extreme version of like what I say all the time, like don't lose yourself. It's like an extreme version of that, where like not only do they not want to lose themselves, they want to find themselves and live in that. And anything outside of that is whatever. It's like first person
Collateral damage.
Right, yeah. And so even like how she passed away was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
even like to the end, and her partner said that like she was mad at her because how she did it, and also, and I'm like, or her ex-wife. It's all very frustrating for me. Like I think that, and at first I told you, I was like, I feel bad like about her life that she lived when she was younger, because that does suck.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, like, and then obviously coming of age in a place where women have less, mobility and freedoms and stuff, also very difficult. For her situation wasn't the same as Layla's. Like Layla felt a little bit more trapped.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas Layla felt trapped because she didn't really like Gilgamesh, and she didn't want to be in a relationship, and she had to be more conservative and act a certain way. Like Ali was actually a lot more lenient because he was like Americanized, but at the same time, his mom just was gay and she didn't know it.
Yeah.
Right. And then when she found out because of Layla, she just went head first into it
Yeah.
and didn't think about anyone else, the infant, the husband, anything. And I think that collateral damage is very frustrating because you, there's a piece of you out there. I do think that it would have been, you know, in like real life, that would have been pretty frustrating if I was the son and I grew up and I'm, you know, that would have fucking broke me.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like to have had the choice to connect and talk and catch up as a mother and son, not as an acquaintance, is way more valuable than what that moment offered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think that's the biggest, probably the only spoiler we should even get into,
Yeah, for sure.
because that is yeah, it's the one that will get you. It is the one that got us all.
Mm-hmm.
Was that your unpopular opinion?
Yeah, 'cause I think that most people who are going to read this book, they're going to understand that their conversation will really be based around her being gay and she should have the freedom to be gay.
Yeah.
But she's in a place where she can't express that even if she knew she was gay at that time. And I'm like, yeah, okay. But you don't, once again, all these things can be true and you still be a better person.
Yeah.
Like all these, and same thing for for her son as well, and Z, and like, yes, absolutely. Like not I don't want to like jump over that because that's also a huge thing in this book.
Yeah.
Of like understanding that they like if you straight, gay, white, black, whatever, you should have the space to love who you want to love, and that should be okay. And people shouldn't have anything to say about it.
Yeah.
That's also part of this book.
Yeah.
For her story, there's a little bit more to it though, because obviously she had a whole son that she was talking to that didn't know who she was,
She had a whole son, and
she knew instantly.
there was, I would like to think that there's an alternative story. I mean, we all would love an alternative story whenever there's a tragedy, but where she went X amount of years and then found her way back, or like made the time after settling into her thing and like just basically saying, I'm not coming back to you, but I do want to see my son. Those are the things that I'm like, well, then that's a different book.
Give me the same book and give them the ability to discuss lost time. And I'm saying this selfishly, by the way, because I remember when I was gone for years and years and years and years. I didn't have the money to get back, right? So when I finally got back, there's people I hadn't seen in forever. And so everyone's different. Like they're older, they have real issues now. Like at first we had play issues, childish issues. Now we have adult issues, adult things going on us. And I remember feeling the weight of the time that I missed and all the things that I would never be able to be caught up on and things that would never be the same, and how I felt like a part of it was my fault. I just wasn't there and I'm just this huge barrier and blocker to help people through things and all this other stuff. And it was the last time I ever cried. And I couldn't help it. It was like, it was the most unstoppable force that I've ever felt. I just couldn't, and I couldn't stop crying, right? And I remember all I could say was, I'm sorry at that point. That's literally, I just kept saying, I'm sorry. Cause like the weight of the time missed. And I still think about that all the time. Like we think that we're, especially me when I was younger, I thought I was fucking immortal. Actually, I didn't think I was immortal. I didn't think anything. I was just so present that I didn't think about anything. I didn't think about how I affected people. I didn't think that anyone would miss me. I didn't think anything, like nothing. I didn't think about missing people. I just wanted to live. And so when I made this huge move and when I came back and I realized that all that shit mattered and that there was so much that I cared about that mattered, and just there's a huge weight and a gravity to the situation. It kind of answered something for me, because I did all this traveling, I did all these things. I felt very empty. And then when I got there, I realized why. Right? Like, nothing matters except the people around you. Like, nothing matters. So that's why I take it personal. Like, the ending a little bit. Like I do think that I wouldn't change anything else on the book. Keep everything the same. Allow them to address the lost time.
Yeah. But it's such a pull the rug out from under you moment.
Because it had to be in her. They said she wanted
on her
it
terms.
to be on her terms.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay.
To the very end.
To the very end. I see you. But great read. Like, fucking phenomenal read.
Mm-hmm.
I see why you guys all said yes. But guys, I'm telling you, this is a deeper read.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
it is definitely a deeper read on many lists. And I'm sure many of you have already heard of it. I hope many of you have read it. If you have not, take a gander.
Take a look.
Take a gander.
If you want to read something that has some emotional weight to it, but also like it's one of those books that you want to keep going. There's so much to the story. You don't know where it's going. This is kind of like one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And kind of fits in this month with but with both Happy Pride.
Yep.
And men's mental health awareness.
It fits in both those very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So check it out. Highly recommend.
Read it this month.
Or else it doesn't count.
Yeah. And then comment and let us know what you think.
Yeah. If you have read it, please leave in the comments your thoughts, what our takes are. I mean, against for whatever and what your take is.
Yep.
We'd love to hear it.
Let us know.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So thanks for checking in with us for another episode of the Martyrs podcast. Have no idea what we're going to cover next week.
I have an idea.
But I'm sure it's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time.
Hold up. Yeah. One time for my niggas, man.